My name is India, and you're watching Society Icebreaker.
Welcome to Society Iceberg. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good.
I got 7 questions for you. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get into it. I'm ready.
What made you want to start Easy A tutoring?
It kind of just boils down to my upbringing and the academic resources that I had. From a young age, I was enrolled in private school, and then I experienced different public school systems.
Yeah.
And they always had updated resources. They always had the encouragement to have all their students succeed. And as I matured and as I got older, I realized, wait, not everybody has these same resources. Not all schools have that academic push and updated facilities for their students to achieve academically. So I said, one, that's a problem. And two, I made it my mission to just be a part of that solution. So that's kind of where Easy A stems from. We just want everybody, no matter, their zip code or their genetic background or wherever they come from, everyone should have the chance to achieve an Easy A in school. So that's kind of where that came from.
I definitely applaud you and the people that are doing it with you too as well, because there's a lot of kids who having a hard time with different type of subjects. So with you being a tutor and helping kids to get understand things better and get a better grade and help them with their future, I definitely applaud you. So thank God for Easy A and hire her if you need a tutoring.
Yes. Thank you.
Thinking back to day one when you started this business, did you ever imagine it being here? Like where is that?
So honestly, short answer is just a plain no. I started Easy A tutoring when I was 19 years old, fresh out of high school. I was a freshman in college. I had
Wow.
no real idea what I was doing, but I did have a vision. I had a goal. I had the mindset that no matter what, to just keep going. Because there was challenges, there was a lot of setback. There were things that I had to overcome that made me think, oh, this ain't gonna be nothing. But in spite of those setbacks and those failures, I just thank God for keeping the vision fresh on my mind.
No, definitely. It's so crazy because when I started my brand, I was just sitting in the car just thinking, and a vision just came to my mind of the name was Society Icebreaker. And it's just so crazy to see where I'm at now, because before I would never thought I'll be here or even just making a podcast. Me since I was young. So
Yeah.
I would never thought I'd be doing this shit. But we all doing things for a reason, to help people to get better and everything. So I definitely applaud you again. You work with kids from pre-K to 12th grade. What's the biggest struggle you see students facing today?
It really boils down to technology.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because technology can be great inside of the classrooms. It is a great opportunity for students to further their learning.
Yeah.
However, I do see it sometimes being a distraction. As you know, there's TikTok, there's Snapchat, there's
True.
Instagram. And us growing up, we had that. It's a little different now.
Yeah.
And they have so much access to different things at such a young age. It creates shorter attention spans. I notice children are less focused when they have so much access to all the social media. So I would just say technology. It can be used for good, but sometimes it can be a distraction.
How do you feel about ChatGPT doing kids' homework?
If I was in high school, I would have loved ChatGPT.
I would say the same
okay,
thing.
listen. If I had
Shit.
a paper due or something, chat. But no, I do think it can sometimes take away from that authentic academic learning, pencil and paper. Back in the day, you had to write it all out and then go and type it up. Practice your keyboard typing. You couldn't have anything. It wasn't all this copy and just paste. So I think that it can be more monitored inside of the schools.
Yeah.
But, we just have to trust that our youth are doing the right thing sometimes.
Do you feel like technology take kids' creativity away from them? So instead of just you thinking it out the box, you using technology to help you think out the box. Do you feel like it take the creativity away from them?
I feel like the word that's coming to mind is authentic. It can take out the realness behind what someone is trying to say or what someone is trying to do. And it could be a simple assignment and it'll take away from how they really felt.
Yeah.
Instead of making it sound like perfection.
That's true. Do you think the school system is failing to certain students? If so, how?
I do think that certain students do fall beneath the cracks or don't get the support that they need. And I don't think it's because teachers don't care. I think because inside of the classroom, there's so many different things and academic like the variety in how students learn and how people teach
Yeah.
can sometimes be hard to bridge, right? If you have 5 different students on this level and 8 different students on that level, how do I teach in the middle and make sure both of my students are achieving or understanding or even just digesting the material at the end of the lesson? So I think that, yes, there are certain students that don't get that because, again, kind of summing back to what I said earlier about the different demographics in the different schools, they don't have that academic excellence or that academic push inside of the school.
Yeah.
A teacher doesn't come to school, what makes me want to learn,
Exactly.
So yeah.
What's one moment with a student that reminded you why you do this?
Just one moment.
You can give me a lot. You can give me a lot.
So I do have one that kind of almost made me tear up. And it happened this past summer at our summer enrichment program. Every week had a different theme.
Yeah.
So this week's theme was leadership. And we talked to our students about what it looks like to be a good leader and things of that nature. So the assignment was grab a note card, write your favorite leader on the front or somebody you look up to.
Yeah.
And then on the back, we just had them draw a picture. I lied to you not. More than half of them wrote my name and drew a picture of me. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was expecting them to do like Michelle Obama or like Beyonce or whoever. Like I was not expecting most of the kids to put my name. It made me tear up. They were like, why are you crying? We love you. And I was like, because you guys don't understand. You guys are the reason I do this for. It just reminded me why I started and that I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Shout out to Professor Pearson from Rowan. I always applaud her every single time, like when I get on the phone with her or like visit her class and talk to the kids in there and everything. Well, I can't say kids because y'all college students.
Right.
But if it wasn't for her just push me through a tough time that I was going through during like my senior year at Rowan, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So shout out to you, man. Like nobody realized when you have a great teacher who like has so much faith in you, who wants you to do good and everything, it keeps you going. A lot of these kids come from like horrible backgrounds. They got parents troubles, they don't got no parents at all. The mom's on drugs. They live with their grandma. They live in a shelter. So, like, with y'all being teachers and who y'all are, the impact y'all gonna have on a student is gonna be so much large.
Yeah.
So, I really do applaud you for like doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, and I love what I'm doing. It also reminds me of a time when I was a student teacher. I think I was 20 years old at the time. And was my last day of student teaching, and all the kids wrote me personal letters, and I still have these letters. So when I'm having a bad day, sometimes I go and I read because it's those moments when we get the real feedback and our students acknowledge us, just admire the impact that we make. That's what you hold on to that.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy working in education. Those moments you definitely have to cherish them.
What subject do you focus on, and what makes you tutoring approach differently?
So Easy A is structured around English and math, and I'd say what makes us different is we really focus on that healthy student-tutor relationship. I let my kids know on the first day, listen, you're gonna mess up and it's okay. If you need help or you need a question, you just say, hey, Miss India, I'm lost. And we'll take it back and we'll draw it back and we'll figure out where you made that mistake. So I definitely think that instead of just shoving the material, like, okay, this is a lesson, this is the equation, this is the answer that you need, we make sure that our students understand, okay, this is how Miss India got the answer. This is the thought process that I went to, and this is how we can maintain these study habits. So focusing on the relationship, 1, and 2, building that confidence that they might not have, because honestly, it's kind of scary being in a classroom with a bunch of people. Being lost, I wouldn't want to raise my hand. If I didn't know the answer and then say you get called on, maybe you're not going to want to answer again for the rest of the day. So just building that confidence to where kids can say, you know what, I messed up, or you know what, I do know what I'm doing.
What's one piece of advice you can give to the audience?
Always celebrate your success, and it doesn't have to be big. It really does not have to be a grand gesture, but get used to telling yourself, I'm proud of you. You know what, I woke up today. I'm grateful that I started my vision, and I'm grateful for where I am. Along my journey and, just going through life and having this business, there was a lot of times when certain things go overlooked, and I would just have to tell myself, you know what, at least you did it. At least you tried. At least you put your foot forward and you kept going. So I always tell, everybody that I'm around, celebrate yourself. Take the time to acknowledge your growth and don't make it seem like a chore. Like, oh, I'm still doing this thing, right? It's all about your mindset and how you say things. I'm still doing it. I'm still here. Regardless of everything that I went through, I'm going to celebrate where I'm at and where I'm headed. So celebrate yourself. yourself and always make yourself a priority.
Nah, definitely. I feel like advice that I can give to y'all is just always put yourself first before you put others. In order for you to grow, you gotta water your own plant instead of others. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish. Sometimes you gotta say no. But at the end of the day, if you want to be successful in this life, then you gotta focus on you. Because when you focus on others, then you're losing attention on you and you're gonna become distracted. So focus on you, keep grinding, keep hustling. And if you believe in God, say into that Bible and talk to God about your problems. And also take care of your mental health. India, I just want to say thank you for coming on. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me. This is great. This is great.
Nah,
Yes.
definitely. I will see y'all on episode 3.